Recently, a lot more people have tried out Xbalanque. A lot of players don't regard him as good or as viable as the other ADCs, but is he really as bad as everyone thinks? In this video I will compare Xbalanque to the predominant auto-attack hunter in the game, Rama. If you look at the level 1 stats, Xbalanque is slightly worse off than Rama. While Xbalanque's stats are almost perfectly average, Rama takes the cake by having great stats, way above average. If you look at level 20, Xbalanque is even worse, having the lowest auto-attack speed of all the hunters. He gets significantly outclassed by Rama, who again has above average stats. So at this point you might ask yourself, is it even worth to pick up a Xbalanque? Well, let's just say that there's a reason why the balancing team has made his base attack speed so low. If we were to factor in basic attack boosting abilities, Xbalanque would get 50 power on his auto attack damage, while Rama gets 50% attack speed. If you were to calculate DPS now, it would be almost even, and pushing more into Xbalanque's favor the more passive stacks he has. Especially because Rama's self-buff only has a duration of 5 seconds, while Xbalanque's self-buff can keep going as long as you have the mana. Now, everyone says Xbalanque's early game is bad. And I agree, he doesn't have the strongest early game of all the hunters, but a lot of the bad early game just comes from people building him badly. We just discussed that Xbalanque is very different from the other hunters, so you should also build him differently. Something which a lot of people do, which is in my eyes a mistake, is go Transcendence first item on Xbalanque. The thought process behind this is that they want the power and the mana for late game, but Transcendence in early game sets you really far behind. To make matters worse, they then go into Warrior Tabi because they think that the Warrior Tabi power spike will give them a better early game, but this is not true. Your branching bolas are most of your wave clear and most of your damage, and that scales of attack speed and not power. Xbalanque has a lot of base power, but not a lot of base attack speed. Therefore, the focus of your build should be attack speed. I usually start the game with Death's Toll and Boomba's Mask. Both items also scale well off attack speed. The Death's Toll also gives you the mana sustain, so you can keep firing those branching bolas, as long as you keep it at level 1. The only problem now is that once your support leaves your lane, you will have a tough time clearing, and you will probably be outcleared. Luckily, there is an item which increases your attack speed and also helps you with your wave clear, Odysseus Bow. And I know, Odysseus Bow has gotten a bad reputation with the other hunters, but the other hunters are not Xbalanque. He needs more attack speed, more wave clear, and he can also build into it without fear of overcapping attack speed. And he doesn't need the power as much as other hunters. So the full build would be Ninja Tabi or Odysseus Bow, depending on how much money you have on your first back, and then the other one, and then you can go into Kin Size and Executioner, or the other way around. For the last two items you can fill your build with whatever you want. You could go Bloodforge for the survivability. You could go double crit with Poison Star and Wind Demon, or double crit with Rage and Deathbringer because you can get easy stacks on the Rage. You can also get Crusher against the squishy comp, or Titan's Bane against the really tanky comp, or you could build into Transcendence now if you're confident that you can get the stacks. I would not go Asi because I would prefer Bloodforge this late into the build. And I would not go Shifter's Shield, because you don't really need the power on Xbalanque. As a Xbalanque, it's not unlikely that you will be behind the lane. Don't panic, because this won't be a problem. Just don't be over aggressive and don't give the enemy any kills. You can get your team to secure the jungle with you. If the enemy ADC rotates, you're not forced to follow him. You can tell your team to retreat and force the ADC back in lane by split pushing his tower. If a team fight does break out, you can also use your global ult to participate in teamfights. If you're ahead, then you should try to fight your opponent. Even if it results in a 1-for-1, that is still in your favor because you can stack up your passive. However, When playing aggressively as Xbalanque, you should always be careful of ganks because people will try to shut you down. You can also rotate earlier. And now for some quick tips. Items like Gladiator's Shield and Hydra's Lament will not proc on your 1, so don't even try. Your 2, your 3 and your ult all remove auto attack movement penalty, which allows you to keep up with your opponent much better after basic attacking. And finally, don't go for the Bacchus Xbalanque combo. Yes, a combination of the ults will result in a guaranteed stun, but honestly it's more of a gimmick than something which will reliably help you. You'll be much better off with a support with good wave clear, or a support with global presence, so you can have that double global. Oh baby. Anyways, my name is Ijustdie. I want to give a shout out to DukeSloth for letting me post a video on his channel. I hope you will all check out my channel, it's in the description below, and hopefully I will see you all in the next video.